Hi everyone, I am Yolanda. I'm co-founder of Harper Therapy. We are here in the Tampa Bay area in Lutz, Florida. I wanted to just share some information today about something that I'm super excited to start offering after the new year. It's hard to believe that 2020 will be here in the blink of an eye. Um, and so in 2020, I'm going to be offering some couples intensives. So, an intensive is just what it sounds like. It is intensive time, it's a 2 day focused um, me with one couple over those 2 days. Um, um, just so that we can dive deep and get some really great, really effective results. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about why a couple would choose an intensive over maybe some other options like weekly couple sessions. And I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed in working with couples is just the difficulty in scheduling and finding time for those weekly sessions. And what we know is that those weekly sessions are what's most effective and most helpful in helping couples reach their goals of reconnecting and finding happiness again in their relationships, new ways of talking to each other, moving out of the acceptable level of misery that a lot of couples find themselves in. And with the pace of life and with busy couple schedules, it's just really hard to find that time. So, if that is you and your partner, then really diving deep with a couples intensive, which would be kind of the equivalent of 2.5 months of those weekly sessions, that can be really helpful. And then that way you're not trying to navigate schedules and work and kids activities and all of that kind of stuff, and you're really able to go deeper much more quickly without the stress of trying to figure out weekly therapy sessions. So that's number one. um, a second benefit of doing intensives over weekly sessions is that oftentimes when couples come in for weekly sessions, they are leaving therapy and going straight back into the stressors of everyday life. So it's hard to practice new skills um, and put those into place when you're doing that, when you're like jumping from the frying pan into the fire. So a couples intensive gives some space to be able to learn new skills and put those into practice so that you have a more stable foundation in actually using those successfully in your day to day life when you leave the intensive and go back to your daily routine. And that just sets couples up for success in a different way. Whereas sometimes it's frustrating to try and learn a new skill and practice it and putting it into place when you're stepping right back into the intensity of those stressors in your day to day life. So that's another benefit of considering an intensive, couples intensive, if you and your partner are looking for some support in your relationship. A third benefit, and this is the big one, is that oftentimes weekly couple sessions can feel like chest compressions when the relationship is in need of a defibrillator. So sometimes things have gone on, and the stressors and the negative communication patterns and ways of interacting with each other have been going on for so long that you feel like the relationship is kind of gasping for air, for a breath of fresh air. And those weekly sessions are helpful, but at such little chunks at time, because there's only so much that you can cover in a session weekly, that it's almost like it's just enough breath to maybe muddle along. But the opportunity for an intensive, it can really offer the depth of skills and practicing the skills and putting them into place that a relationship really needs at the point in time where the couples come in. Because a lot of times couples live with the struggles in their relationships, those, losing strategies that we all implement with our relationships. Sometimes they've lived with them for so long that it's just like a feeling of desperation that needs to happen, or that is happening when they finally come to therapy. So that can really jumpstart things. Doing an intensive together can really jumpstart things. Um, Another benefit of doing intensive is that it just creates more of that safe space, that you can go a little bit deeper, become a little bit much more intimate and vulnerable with your partner. And that's not just emotional intimacy and really learning new skills and communicating, but that also translates into deepening, with our dreams for each other, and deepening with physical intimacy and sexual intimacy as well. Another important thing to keep in mind, and a benefit of a couples intensive, is that, one of the things that distinguishes happy couples is from, other couples who are not as happy or just kind of plugging through life and muddling along, is that happy couples regularly take a step away from life, from the challenges of life, from struggles of and stressors of our daily lives, to really appreciate the state of the relationship and to take stock in what's going right. Yeah, it's a novel idea. It's not something that we talk about a lot in regards to what sets relationships up for success, and it's that cultivating gratitude and appreciation, and just saying, wow, relationships are never easy. They're never clean. But as far as, like, we all have struggles in our relationships. But really, one of the things that sets happy couples apart is that they pause and they take stock of what's going right. And they take stock of the things that they put into place over time that have helped things to be right. And they are open to learning new skills and new ways of even deepening the relationship even further. So that is another benefit of just taking that time away in an intensive setting, to do that with you and your partner. So if you would like to find out more information about couples intensives and what that looks like, I've shared a little bit about how they can be beneficial. But what a 2-day intensive really breaks down to look like, go ahead and check out the website. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We'd be happy to answer those. And happy Tuesday. I am looking forward to the holidays coming up, and a fresh start in the new year. And so hope that you guys are doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.